Okay, go.
Okay, so from various places across the UK, we arrived in Tunis on the very first day. Straight off to Gummoth for acclimatisation to the chilly weather that was gripping the nation. The next day to Douga for ruins galore, temples, toilets plus a brothel. Who could want more? Then the Bardo for mosaics and clandestine tours, where buttock-winking statues were found behind closed doors. And that's because you had to tell the story where he took a photograph of the statue and had the eye wink. Anyway, okay. Right.
I had my hand on its bum.
On past government buildings with remnants of the revolution and information from Nuri about the new constitution. You see, I do listen sometimes. On through the Medina to a miracle in front of our eyes. A clearly dead man did suddenly arise. A more leisurely start for the Carthage plot. The young man of Bursa didn't have a great lot. A premature death, but not from his bony defect. He had been reconstructed to good effect. Further revolutionary artefacts on display, burnt out cars painted in a colourful way. Next, a visit to the harbours, one military, one trade, with a connection between them that was entirely man-made. On past the graves of the firstborn babies, to the baths that kept locals clean and free of conditions like scabies.
Doesn't it like scan there?
I don't know if it did, but there we go.
Right.
A brief visit to Sidi Bou Said, all blue and white kept, then the afternoon bus journey where most people slept. An evening lecture in Sousse on Tunisian history, its recent evolution no longer a mystery. Next day an early start once again, our journey down south accompanied by rain. Once more, nearly all fell deeply aslumber, but awoke for the villa with mosaics in great number. Onto the El Jem Colosseum in spectacular condition, a relief that the baiting of Christians had not been tradition. At Montmartre the troglodyte houses were interesting to see, then on for gazelle horns with afternoon tea. A bit of a lie-in next morning in Douze, a camel ride or market stroll we were able to choose. A drive through the Salt Lake did then ensue, with an overturned lorry and 3-star loo.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Very good.
Two of the group were then pledged to be married, but the museum ceremony was a little bit hurried. An afternoon touring Tozeur, then one missing crew. Abducted? No, just shopping. Well, what a to-do! Next morning to Oases to see desert water, then a bit further on to the Algerian border. The Saharan film sets were next on the list, but Fiends and Skywalker had long since been missed. A 5 AM start the next day left us groggy, but the weather was fine and no luggage got soggy.
Good.
That's a nasty.
At Supatula, further Roman remains to view, but first a slug of strong coffee and a trip to the loo. Back on the bus, no time for stasis, to Kairouan, one of the world's most holy places. Would we make it by one? Of course, no need for tension, while we learned all about the Tunisian pension. You see, I listened again, that's twice.
She's listening, yeah.
Alas, the mosque closed. Oh, how we did weep for the time we had lost on our beauty sleep. After lunch, back to Sousse for the end of the tour. Time for Ma Salama, goodbye, and also adieu. So thank you to Nuri, an excellent guide,
Thank you.
and also to Hishem for a very safe ride.
Yeah.
And for all your companionship, thanks one and all. I think we can say we've just had a ball.
Thank you, Sue, the poet. The poetess.
That's very good.
At this point,